Welcome back. As we kickstart off with our conversations this morning, the African Peer Review Mechanism, in short APRM, is a mutual agreement instrument voluntarily ascended to the African Union member states as an African self-monitoring mechanism. Now, the APRM is often described as Africa's unique and innovative approach to governance, with the objective of improving governance dynamics at the local, national, and continental levels. The APRM Day is commemorated on the 9th of March each year to look at the key governance developments in Namibia following the joint session of the 3rd Extraordinary Summit and the 34th Ordinary Session of the APR Forum of Heads of State and Government. To tell us more on this, we're now joined in studio by Ambassador Wilfred Mvula, who's the chairperson of the African Peer Review Mechanism National Governance Council. Ambassador Mvula, thank you so much for joining us. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning, Rapewa. Good morning, listeners and viewers.
All right. Just to get into it, since ascending to the APRM in 2017, Namibia has undergone a targeted review on youth unemployment. Can you just talk to us about the progress made so far in that regard?
Yes, Rapewa, but maybe to give you a short background on the APRM. The APRM was created as a program, a mechanism by the African Union member states. And it was created after the founding of NEPAD, which is the New Partnership for Africa's Development. Now, NEPAD became a tool for the development of Africa. Yeah. It was later on observed by the member states and the heads of state that in order for us to develop together, we have to align our principles and also create a level of being at the same level when it comes to governance, issues of human rights, rule of law, and development policies. So it's after that that the APRM was created as a tool for self-assessment, self-critique, in a fair manner, an independent manner, but you allow other countries to also know that what you have done in that process is fair, frank, and it can be critiqued by anybody. So that is why the APRM was created. Okay. And it concentrates more on the areas of governance, political governance, management, social development. There are 5 critical areas of concentration. The last one being the resilience and taking to shocks, and that was more created after COVID in order to see if disasters strike, how do we act, how do we behave. Now, we have done quite a number of things. Namibia, as you said, acceded to the African Peer Review Mechanism in 2017 as a declaration by cabinet and supported by parliament. And as such, we became the 36th member of the APRM now out of the 51 member states. Okay. In 2020, a decision was taken by the African member states to make sure that by 2023, all AU member states are to become members of the APRM. Initially, it was like a voluntary accession, but it was expected that by 2023, all member states are to be members of the APRM, just not to allow those who are sitting back to just sit and watch, but also to become part and parcel of the process that is aimed to bring Africa at the same level. Now, maybe I should also say that the APRM was created in a sense that the self-assessment tools that are being used are African. Yes. Initially, before that, we listen to what others have got to say about Africa. Their critique, their assessments would never have been the same because the conditions from which they are operating are different from ours. So that's, in short, the APRM. Now, as we acceded, we came to look at what are the critical areas that we need to concentrate on that may have an impact on governance in order for us to match up to the level of other African member states and beyond. And we found that we have got a critical problem of youth unemployment. So in 2019, we undertook a self-assessment review to look into what this unemployment within the youth component can do, and especially how it can influence governance. Because if you have got unhappy youth population there, and of course, mind you, Namibia and Africa has got a larger population of the youth. So you may expect somehow problems, because whatever policies you adopt may not speak to the interest and the needs of the youth. Out of it, a report came that was presented to all stakeholders, and I should hasten to say that the self-assessment that we do is an all-encompassing exercise, including civil society, private sector, clergy, academics, and we also involve our National Statistics Agency, because when you talk figures, you need to give updated figures, and therefore one of our serious partners in this assessment, self-assessment, is the National Statistics Agency. Okay. The Bank of Namibia also, when it comes to money to be spent, money to be used, would also normally assist in the right figures when it comes to finances.
Right.
Yes.
Ambassador, apart from youth unemployment, what other issues or key areas of concerns is the APRM Namibia focused on?
When we do the self-assessment, you look at all aspects of governance, and that comes from local levels. Traditional authorities are involved, local authorities are involved at the level of regional governance, the regional councils, and then the national government, normally represented by cabinet through the administration by the office of the Prime Minister. Now, you look at, because it's done in terms of interviews, desktop studies, calls, and normally to do it, because we are not the experts, we hire a technical institute. The technical institute that normally does the assessment